Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished guests, respected scholars, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the International Seminar and the 15th Annual General Meeting by the Asian Islamic Universities Association. We hope you had an enjoyable lunch break and an opportunity to continue meaningful conversations with the fellow participants.
Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. I am Salvianisa Shakira,
And I'm Sultan Sadat.
as your Master of Ceremony of the second session. We are now ready to continue our academic journey with a series of insightful discussions that explore the future of Islamic higher education in an increasingly interconnected world.
Without further ado, let us proceed to the next agenda, the second keynote address.
Our next keynote address is entitled Islamic Higher Education, Democracy, and Global Transformation.
It is our great honor to welcome a distinguished national leader and scholar, Dr. TB Aceh Hasan Syadzili, MSI, Governor of Lemhanas Republik Indonesia. He is also one of the UIN Jakarta alumni from Faculty Adab and Humanities.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in warmly welcoming Dr. TB Aceh Hasan Syadzili, MSc, to deliver his keynote address. Please give a round of applause.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellencies, distinguished Rector, and entire academic community of Syarif Hidayatullah State Islamic University Jakarta, and also the President of the Asian Islamic University Association. Maybe he is the first president in UIN Jakarta. The estimate host of this important international conference, distinguished university leaders, respected ulama, eminent scholars, academic, researcher, and distinguished guests, distinguished leader of Islamic higher education institution. First and foremost, let us express our deepest gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His abundant blessing and mercy, which have enabled us together today in this highly strategic global academic forum. My peace and blessing be upon Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, a remarkable leader who not only conveyed the message of Islam, but also laid the foundation of civilization that upheld knowledge, justice, tolerance, and human dignity. Last but not least, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to extend my highest appreciation and sincere gratitude to Syarif Hidayatullah State Islamic University for hosting this important international event. This gathering served not only as a platform for intellectual exchange, and the advance of knowledge, but also as a manifestation for our collective commitment to strengthening dialogue among civilization, fostering global cooperation, and contributing meaningfully to peace and the progress of humanity. Distinguished guests, humanity today stands at critical juncture of profound transformation. These changes are upholding at unprecedented pace and are reshaping nearly every aspect of human life. Geopolitical parallels are intensifying, technological development are advancing exponentially, cyber threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated, climate change continues to undermine global stability, and the rise of artificial intelligence is fundamentally transforming the way people work, communicate, and even make decisions. At the same time, the world is confronted with growing social polarization, the spread of disinformation, crisis of leadership, and the erosion of moral and humanitarian values. Consequently, the challenges we face today are not merely economic or technological in nature. They are in essence challenges of civilization itself. History teaches us that nations capable of enduring and prospering are not necessarily those endowed with abundant natural resources, but rather those that possess superior human capital, strong values, and the capacity to adapt to changing times. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, from the perspective of Islamic civilization, education has never been understood merely as a process to transferring knowledge. Rather, it represents a grand endeavor aimed to shaping human being and building civilization. Therefore, Islamic higher education should not be confined to the pursuit of intellectual excellence alone. Islam teaches that knowledge should lead to wisdom, that the intelligence should be accompanied by moral responsibility. Consequently, Islamic universities are expected to nurture well-rounded individuals who excel not only in science and technology, but who also possess spiritual depth, strong character, and profound sense of social and national responsibility. The concept of insan kamil, or the complete human being, which constitute one of the foundations of Islamic education, reminds us that human success cannot be measured solely by intellectual achievement, but also by moral maturity and quality of one's humanity. Indeed, the world today does not suffer from shortage of intelligent people, rather it suffers from crisis of integrity, morality, and leadership. It is precisely in this context that Islamic higher education possesses profound relevance for the future of global civilization. Distinguished participants, Indonesia is home to the world's largest Muslim population. Yet, The strength of Muslim lies not merely in the number of its Muslim, but in its ability to embody an Islamic that is peaceful, moderate, inclusive, and respectful of diversity. Also, Islam did not originate in Indonesia. Its value have evolved harmoniously alongside local culture and national tradition over centuries. Through this historical process, Indonesia has cultivated a distinctive expression of Islam characterized by the spirit of Rahmatan lil Alamin, an Islam that brings peace, compassion, and benefit to all humanity. At a time when many societies are experiencing polarization and identity-based conflict, Indonesia offers a compelling example that Islam, democracy, modernity, and diversity are not mutually exclusive. On the contrary, they can coexist harmoniously and reinforce one another. In this regard, Indonesia possesses a valuable civilizational asset that can make meaningful contribution to the international community. As a pluralistic nation, Indonesia is blessed with noble national consensus known as Pancasila. Pancasila is not merely the philosophical foundation of the state or political ideology, rather it represents a civilizational masterpiece that successfully integrates the values of belief in God, humanity, unity, democracy, and social justice into a coherent and harmonious framework. More importantly, it provides an ethical foundation for national life by cultivating mutual respect, solidarity, moderation, and deep commitment to human dignity. In this sense, Pancasila embodies not only a political vision, but also a moral compass to guide the nation in navigating the complexities of an increasingly interconnected world. These values are profoundly aligned with the universal principle of Islam. Therefore, Pancasila should not be viewed as being in opposition to Islam. On the contrary, it embodies a noble meeting point between Islam values and national identity, and also universal humanitarian principles. The principle of belief in the one supreme God reflect the concept of Tawhid, while justice, consultation, and social solidarity have long been the integral element of Islamic teachings. In this sense, Pancasila demonstrated that religion and nationhood are not contradictory, but rather complementary force in building a harmonious society. More fundamentally, it reminds us that the advancement of civilization must always be accompanied by ethical responsibility, for scientific progress and material prosperity alone cannot guarantee human well-being without a strong moral foundation. Distinguished guests, Indonesia's experience offers an important lesson to the world. Diversity can be a source of strength. Democracy can coexist with spirituality, and religion can, at a time when can serve as force for unity and civilization progress. At a time when polarization, identity politics, and ethical crises are intensifying across many parts of the world, Pancasila presents a highly relevant model for the future, a model for founded human harmony, moderation, solidarity, and respect for humanity. In era of characterized by rapid technological change and the rise of artificial intelligence, humanity's greatest challenge is not merely how to create more advanced technologies, but how to ensure that human values and ethical principles continue to guide the direction of progress. For ultimately, civilizations are not judged solely by their scientific achievements or economic power, but by their ability to uphold justice, preserve human dignity, and cultivate ethical values that sustain peace and harmony among peoples. In this regard, Indonesia bears both a moral and historical responsibility to contribute to the realization of a more peaceful, inclusive, and civilized world order. Distinguished guests, history bears witness to the fact that Islam civilization once stood at the forefront of human progress. Cities such as Damascus, Baghdad, Cairo, and Cordoba flourished not merely as center of political authority and commerce, but also as vibrant hub of learning, scientific inquiry, cultural development, and innovation. At a time when much of the world remained in intellectual stagnation, the cities nurture advanced institutions of knowledge, including universities, libraries, observatories, and hospitals, laying the foundations for the advancement of civilization. In contemporary terms, these great cities may well be regarded as the smart city of their era. They embodied a cultural and valued learning, openness, and pursuit of knowledge. From this fertile intellectual environment emerged some of history's most remarkable scholars and thinkers, including Ibn Sina, Al-Khwarizmi, Ibn Khaldun, and Al-Ghazali. Their contribution extended far beyond the boundaries of Islam world and play a pivotal role in shaping the development of medicine, mathematics, philosophy, sociology, and ethics. Their enduring legacy reminds us that Islam has never stood in opposition to science and progress. On the contrary, Islamic civilization has historically encouraged critical inquiry, intellectual openness, and innovation for betterment of humanity. Revitalizing this spirit of scholarship and creativity is essential if we are to prepare future generations capable of addressing increasingly complex challenges of the 21st century. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity is entering a new era marked by rapid advancement of artificial intelligence. This unprecedented technological revolution presents numerous opportunities for scientific progress and human prosperity. Yet history teaches us that technological advancement does not automatically translate into human advancement. The greatest challenge before us is not merely how to develop increasingly sophisticated technologies, but how to ensure that such technologies continue to serve humanity and uphold human dignity. Therefore, humanity must remain the master of technology and never become enslaved by very tool it has created. Artificial intelligence should enhance human capability rather than replace human judgment, wisdom, and moral consciousness. Technology should empower people to think more creatively and solve the problem effectively while preserving the ethical and spiritual dimension that define our humanity. In this context, we need not only artificial intelligence, but also human intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and what may be called authentic intelligence, a form of wisdom rooted in morality, empathy, compassion, and ethical responsibility. No matter how advanced technology may become, it will never replace conscience, human wisdom, or the moral values that constitute the essence of our shared humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, from Indonesian perspective, national resilience should not be understood solely in terms of military capabilities or national defense in the conventional sense. Rather, it represents the dynamic capacity of nations to withstand and overcome various threats, challenges, and disruptions of its people. Challenges and disruption through the strength of its institution, the resilience of its people, and the unity of its society. In democratic society, resilience is ultimately built upon shared values, social cohesion, and the ability to adapt to change while preserving national identity and collective purpose. Today, the nature of threats has become increasingly multidimensional. Nations are confronted not only with traditional security challenges, but also with cyber threat, disinformation, social polarization, extremism, moral degradation, and disruptive consequences of rapid technological transformation. Addressing this challenge requires more than security instruments alone. It demands the cultivation of resilient citizens endowed with intellectual capacity, moral integrity, and social responsibility. It is within this context that Islamic higher education assumes a strategic role. Islamic universities must serve not only a center of academic excellence and scientific advancement, but also as institutions that nurture character, promote moderation, strengthen democratic values, and contribute to national resilience. They should become center of innovations, ethical leadership, and intellectual renewal, capable of producing generations that are intellectually accomplished, spiritually grounded, socially responsible, and committed to the advancement of humanity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if we are to shape the future of civilization, the great investment any nation can make it is an investment in its people. Ultimately, the progress of nation and the advancement of humanity are determined not merely by natural resource, economic strength, or technological sophistication, but by the quality of human beings themselves. The world needs generations that excel in science and technology while possessing integrity, spiritual depth, compassion, and the capacity to respond wisely to increasingly complex global challenges. In an era marked by geopolitical uncertainty, widening inequalities, environmental degradation, and rapid technological disruption, human capital will ultimately determine the direction of our shared future. We need individuals who are global in outlook yet firmly rooted in enduring values. Individuals who embrace change and innovation without losing their identity, ethics, and moral compass. The rise of artificial intelligence and digital transformation offer tremendous opportunities, but it also poses profound challenges, including the erosion of meaning and the weakening of human connection. At the same time, climate change has emerged as one of the defining challenges of our age, threatening ecosystem, food and water security, and the well-being of societies around the world. In the decade ahead, humanity's ability to live in harmony with nature will be just as important as its ability to master technology. Therefore, future generations must become not merely consumer of technology, but creator of innovation, agent of change, and guardian of human values. Technological progress should elevate human dignity rather than diminish the essence of our humanity. Equally important, they must possess the wisdom and responsibility to preserve the delicate balance between humanity and nature, ensuring the sustainable stewardship of the earth resources and safeguarding the interests of future generations. More importantly, the world needs leaders with the vision to look beyond immediate interests, the wisdom to bridge differences, and the moral courage to advance peace, justice, and shared prosperity. Leadership in the 21st century requires for more than intellectual brilliance or technical competence. It demands empathy, integrity, ethical responsibility, and a profound commitment to humanity and the sustainability of our planet. Ultimately, great civilization will be built by individuals who are able to harmonize scientific excellence with moral virtue, spiritual wisdom, and environmental stewardship, thereby contributing a world that more peaceful, just, sustainable, and truly civilized. Distinguished guests, the transformation of Islam higher education is not merely about building modern universities or producing academically accomplished graduates. It is above all about preparing the architect of future generations. The civilization of tomorrow will not necessarily be led by those who possess the most advanced technologies, but by those who are able to combine scientific excellence with moral integrity, spiritual depth, and wisdom in utilizing technology for the benefit of humanity. Equally important, the future of civilization will depend on our ability to live in harmony of civilization, in harmony with nature, and uphold our collective responsibility as a steward of the earth. Development that neglects environmental sustainability will only accelerate climate change and ecological crisis that might eventually exceed humanity's capacity to control. Therefore, technology progress and economic growth must always be accompanied by a profound respect for the environment and a strong commitment to sustainable development. For in the final analysis, technology must remain a servant of humanity, and humanity must never become a servant of technology. Great nations are built by leaders who possess the vision to look far ahead, who embrace a global perspective, yet remain firmly grounded in the values and identity of their own civilization. The leader of the future must not only be intellectually capable and technologically literate, but also morally grounded, spiritually resilient, and environmentally conscious, with a deep sense of responsibility toward future generation. I firmly believe that through the power of knowledge, the enduring values of Pancasila, and the universal spirit of Islam rahmatan lil alamin, a mercy to all creation, Indonesia will continue to emerge as a respected nation capable of making meaningful contributions to peace, environmental sustainability, human progress, and the advancement of global civilization. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. T.B. Aceh Hasan Sajili, MSc, for inspiring and thought-provoking presentations.
Also, we would like to ask you to stay on the stage because we would like to express our sincere appreciation for his valuable insights and contribution. Token of appreciation that will be delivered by the Vice Rector of Student Affairs. Token of appreciation that will be delivered by the Vice Rector of the Student Affairs, Professor Ali Munhanif MA PhD. Allow us to counting 1, 2, 3. All right, give a smile. 1, 2, 3. Please join with the audience for the second recommendation. We would like to invite the Rector and also President of AIUA, Professor Asep Saifuddin Jahar MA PhD, Secretary General of AIUA, the Vice Rector of UAM Jakarta, Capital Committee International Seminar, Mr. Jochen Jainuddin.
Me too. Counting in 3, 2, 1. Once again in 3, 2, 1. Alright. Kami turut mengajak kepada seluruh rektor PT KIN untuk bergabung bersama di depan karena kita akan ada foto bersama. Sekali lagi kami turut mengundang kepada seluruh rektor PT KIN untuk maju ke depan membersamai dalam sesi pemotretan pada siang hari ini. Let me to count in 3, 2, 1.
Another pose. In 3, 2, 1. Give a brighter smile. 3, 2, 1.
Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk Dr. TB Aceh Hasan Sajili MSI. Kami persilakan kepada rektor untuk kembali ke tempat.
We ask all the participants to kindly return to your seats. Thank you. Alright, we kindly ask for all the participants to kindly return to your seats. Thank you.
Sekali lagi kami ingatkan kepada seluruh partisipan untuk dapat kembali ke tempat duduk yang telah disediakan karena kita akan ada lanjut ke sesi selanjutnya.